Joshua Jeyaraj has a mission to serve others, and the 19-year-old has his parents to thank for that. Joshua was one of the top international baccalaureate students with a perfect score of 45. His parents, who are both doctors, inspired their son with their commitment to save lives and prompted Joshua to do the same, but in a different way.
I see them commit, most of their time towards serving their patients. Every other day they've got phone calls. Like at any time they have to go and deal with their patients. And I always wanted to practice law. I wanted to make sure that I was always going to be thinking about the people I'll serve. And I believe that if I were to become a deputy public prosecutor and if I had taken up the legal service scholarship, it would provide me with the perfect opportunity to give back to others in the same way that my parents have done.
Joshua is one of the 70 people awarded the PSC Scholarship this year. The first PSC Scholarship was given out in 1961, and for the past 49 years, it has continued to attract top talent for the Singapore Public Service. So why did Joshua take on the PSC Scholarship when there are so many others available?
Unlike many of the other scholarships offered by statutory boards, the Legal Service Scholarship offered by the Public Service Commission actually allows you to practice law. So this was one of the primary factors that encouraged me to take up this scholarship. And I think on top of that, the Public Service Commission also gives its scholars a very comprehensive career experience. For example, if you're on the Legal Service Commission, you have an opportunity to help draft law, you have an opportunity to act as a deputy public prosecutor, and on top of that, you can even work at the various ministries like MOE or MINDEF.
Like many overseas scholarships, Joshua's PSC scholarship comes along with a 6-year bond. Does that bother him?
To me, 6 years isn't very long at all, and in fact, I would really want to commit those 6 years to the Public Service Commission because of all the many opportunities that the Public Service Commission has for all its scholars. And, to me, the bond doesn't really much. I'm fully prepared to commit myself to the public service, perhaps beyond those 6 years. And I really, really cherish the opportunity to be able to work in the government in the long term.
Along with 36 other PSC scholars of his batch, Joshua will be heading to the United Kingdom to further his studies.
In terms of really pushing yourself academically and intellectually, I felt that the United Kingdom was the place that was most relevant for me, especially for law, because the legal system in the United Kingdom is very similar to the one in Singapore, and I felt that perhaps in terms of a legal education, the most appropriate place overseas would be in the United Kingdom. While
Joshua is excited about furthering his studies abroad, he says he will not forget where he comes from. In fact, keeping up with Singapore affairs is what he advises future PSC scholarship applicants to do.
When you apply for the PSC scholarship, they're looking for individuals with conviction and people who really believe in what they're doing, get interested in current affairs, or more importantly, domestic issues affecting our local Singaporeans, because ultimately, when you come back as civil servants after your education overseas or even in Singapore, these are the people who you will ultimately be serving, our local Singaporeans. And in order to serve these Singaporeans, you first have to be familiar with the issues affecting these Singaporeans.
With such commitment and passion to serve the public, Joshua is definitely one of the PSC scholars we should look out for in the future. In fact, you could be looking at Singapore's future Deputy Public Prosecutor. Next up, meet the first PSC scholar from Pioneer Junior College. All that in our next clip.